Theme song running hot.
Going on. Horses.
Horoscope. Horrible COVID disease.
Something about Old Town Road and
Seahorses.
Take my horse on the old town road.
It's so funny because it makes minuses when you talk. No.
That's good timing, DJ. You're a master of radio.
That's DJ's.
Yeah, DJ, you want to bring us in here?
I tried
Do
to
it now.
get you.
Premium.
Kind of like on that, like I was kind of thinking about that last week because Ed was showing us like our listeners that are our overseas listeners. So yeah, the international listeners, and I was wondering if they were like, "Oh, what stuff? I'm into that. I'll listen to that." And then it's just like these four jabronis just talking in the mics.
You mean
That's how we
three jabronis and Ed, though, right? No.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say three jabronis and then DJ on the phone.
He'd probably make fun of us.
So I'll actually.
Like this.
Look at these little wine kids.
I was
Soaking up a podcast.
since the COVID numbers are up, I've been playing a lot of Xbox, a lot of Call of Duty, and I feel like I already talked about this, but I probably didn't. One of my somebody who picked on me in high school actually listens to the pod.
Oh wow.
Faithful listener, yeah.
Wow, bro, I checked your hours. So I'm kind of. Do you know how many hours?
It's bad.
He got like over a day.
All right, take it easy. We don't need to put anybody on blast here.
No, if I'm put it, dude, I have like over like 300 hours on these.
Yeah, that's not
So that's
bad.
fine.
Dude, fucking, don't look at my Pokemon cartridges. Jesus Christ.
I was just wondering because you don't play games a lot, but then when a game does come out that you like, you will play it quite a bit.
Well, you know what it is? I'm a multiplayer guy. So
Right.
if 5 of my boys are going to be playing on a team with me in Call of Duty, you better believe I'm straight up and
see, at
going
least
to war.
it's social. Like, it's not like you're just sitting there by yourself, like with talking to no one. Like you're interacting with other people.
Well, now I do that because I don't want to be like a jabroni when I go out there with my squad. I want them to know that
practice.
I put in practice. But I'll say this: I definitely do way better by myself. Like in a free for all, like I'm top of the charts.
There's no stress. You're not like I don't have to impress anybody.
Yeah, when I'm playing with my high school bully, I want to bring top shelf game. You know what I mean?
And I hope you got your 1 o'clock lineup set.
Boy,
That is a dastardly trick. Waiting until fucking.
Oh, God. Oh.
Yeah, that's why I played Judy just in case.
Dude,
Wait, that was a joke? That was Oregon.
It's one of those. Dude, that's gonna be crazy. Like if you ever want to like go take a trip, you just like and not worry about like the legalities of it. You just go to Oregon now.
I don't even think it's about like the legalities so much as it's about like you don't have to create lines with. Well, I guess that is legality, but like you just go they're gonna move Burning Man out there. They're
That's
gonna,
what I mean. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like all these like festivals and stuff, like they're gonna put it.
If
in a
they
place
ever
where,
have,
like
like-
it's allowed.
yeah.
Imagine. I think it could be chaotic, but I think it's gonna be fun. I don't know. It could go either way.
It's gonna be pretty groovy.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna go out to Oregon?
I would try that. I would go do that. That'd be cool. Just like a visit though. Like I don't know.
It's like-
Not get sucked in.
Just a little trip, you know.
Yeah, I would do that.
Do you think like the mushrooms they have out there are wicked good, or do you think they're shitty because they're like?
Depends on the cow.
Okay, so
Is it like government run, like, or
not yet. So I think that they have basically their mushroom policy is strictly for therapeutics right now. So I imagine it's much like a recreational pot. I do imagine that they have. It's more of like a science thing where they just give you psilocybin in whatever dose because it's more regulated. It's not like you're gonna eat a cap and just fucking be
Right.
like, oh, I don't know how much was in there. Like
Yeah.
it's a sporing sucker.
That's the fun of it.
I don't
I
know.
didn't even think of that, bro.
That's
Like
the mystery.
you could like take a mushroom, like magic mushroom, and then like do something to it so it's not like put it in a pill or something.
Well, yeah.
Make it way
They
easier on yourself because eating those things are that shit's tough. I've like almost thrown up and like ruined the whole thing because of that.
Okay.
Well, I've heard that there's some that are like pretty tasty.
I've heard
You
that
gotta
the-
eat it with something.
allegedly-
It's like so dry and they get stuck like on the way down. Fuck. Man, I'm just thinking about it. The stems anyway.
allegedly the way to do it is make a really nice tea with one of your favorite, like a English breakfast or
Yeah,
something like
tea
that,
would be
strong,
pretty
or
cool, I think.
you know, something like that.
People also say you gotta like eat an eighth to feel anything. That's total bullshit. Because one time I took like a teeny tiny cap, just like the top part, not even the stem, just a little guy.
Spory
Like
motherfucker.
0.5 it probably weighed, maybe like 7. Anyway, I was never more fucked up in my life than that time I fucking ate that little piece of mushroom. I was so effed up. I thought it was a tree.
I had a friend who ate mushrooms and acid at the same time because he thought
Oh
one of them was
my
fake or
God.
both of them were fake, and he actually wound up like getting really high in Chicago for a while. Got put in the loony bin. You gotta be careful.
Yeah. It's still a drug, you know. It's like it's a tool. You can use it to like, you know, open your brain up and everything. But at the same time, you gotta like, you
Kids.
gotta be careful. You know, it's still a thing that like alters the way your brain works. And
I do think that they'll have like basically like a mushroom hotel or something like that in Oregon where it will just be like a safe like Airbnb type shit, and they're like, and we have mushrooms, and they just like give you fucking whatever in like a padded room with like nice views.
There's gonna be a lot of cults springing up there.
Yeah, probably.
that's take rituals and then like
I'm sorry. Wait, what did you say, DJ?
it's funny you mention him. You guys know he just had a fight last night?
Yeah, absolutely. DJ, did you watch that fight?
Oh,
Did you watch
Yeah,
it?
it
Ian?
was bullshit. I watched it. Absolutely not a draw, but they were, you know, we live in the world now where everybody gets a trophy, so they're like, okay, you also, it's just a draw.
Well-
Mike Tyson kicked that dude's ass, bro. But
Another
anyway.
thing is, since it's an exhibition, they don't score it the same way because it wasn't like
Yeah, they're like fake fights, basically. They're like, yeah, one of the people on the card was, what's his name?
Jake Paul.
Yeah, Jake Paul is like a YouTuber. Like these
Who-
aren't famous. The only famous boxer was like the main event, which was Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, I think his name.
Yeah, so I got into the same debate with the Xbox Live Party. You know what I mean? Because Jake Paul was like fighting just like an old NBA star.
Yeah,
So it's just like, and I was Nate Robinson. So I'm like trying to figure out like why are these kids fight? Like why are they on a bill together if like neither one of them is a fighter? And then like my friend Josh was just like, that's the draw of the fight. Besides Tyson, that's literally it.
this is Jake Paul getting F. Or no, I wanted him
Nate
to lose so
Robinson.
bad because he's a.
That's
tool.
exactly what I said too. I was just like, I want to
He's
see this.
such a tool, and his brother is too. Both those YouTubers, but I gotta admit, he definitely was better than this other guy he was fighting. Who was it? DJ Nate something.
Nate Robinson.
They both suck though. You could tell it's like super amateur.
Yeah, he looks pretty skinny.
Yeah.
He does look outweighted there.
Yeah. he did you get so if you seen it, he wrecked that one dude. Like he like knocked him right out and he fell right to the ground and like hit his head on him. It was bad.
So did you see like the Nate Robinson challenge that's been going around social medias and shit like that?
Just as of yesterday.
Yeah, you just
No,
fucking
I didn't see it.
literally lay down in a ditch the same way he did and like take a picture.
That's that's fucked up. You know what he was doing too is like every time. Okay, so
Clinch.
the ref would split him and be like, "All right, step back," and then as soon as like he would go to take a punch, he would throw like the hardest haymaker he could at like Jake Paul and like miss, and then that left him super vulnerable. So he just they both like are not good
Good.
boxers. I think. I mean, I'm not. They would both kick my ass, but people that have zero at a fight.
Yeah, and that's just
Those
like
are hilarious.
it's the best idea ever because like these people both get paid money if they win. They're randos off the street. A lot like there was one where it was a brother fighting a brother over something, and it's just like perfect. And it's just a bunch of drunk people fighting. It's basically. Did you ever just watch bum fights back in the day? Which, by the way, I
Yeah.
do not condone bum fights. But
Kimbo Slice.
yeah, dude, Kimbo Slice was incredible. He got a real
Backyard
career out of that
fights,
shit.
Yeah.
That was backyard
UFC.
fights.
But
Bum
then he
fights.
got to the UFC and it was like, now you're fucking with the real dogs.
He did pretty
Did he
well.
die?
He did die.
Did he? I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, R.I.P. Kimbo Slice.
Head punch or how did he die?
No, it's some kind of heart thing. I think.
Oh. Shit, sorry.
But-
It's not funny.
Yeah. I did have when this is bad. We were doing SAT prep in high school, and there was like this thing where we just brought boxing gloves and didn't go to the class and just like had a fight club out in the woods at school. And so like I remember, I'm not gonna blast any governments here, but there was like my two friends that were like lanky got like paired up together, and like this one kid was just literally doing like windmill like fucking like
Monkey fist.
Dude, it was hilarious. And then like I didn't fight. Maybe I'm the pussy, but
I would do that.
Yeah.
it was just always way more fun to watch.
I don't like getting hurt.
No, I mean I should have.
Call me a pussy.
No, but we all got in trouble because they found out, and they got like one of our friends, and he was just like, yeah, of course I told them everything. I was just like, you guys aren't getting the shit if I'm not going down for a fight club by myself. And I was just like, okay, that makes sense, because they're like, hey, we know you might somebody who, you know what I mean? You pretty much got to give somebody up. I don't know.
Here's the mic one.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I remember only the two people that brought the gloves were the only people who got in trouble, and that kind of makes sense because by that standard, you're starting a fight club. You know.
Who is
Oh, you
Roy
know-
Jones Jr.?
He was I think a former. I don't know if
He had a similar record to Michael. Oh God, that was a good punch. That was a good
Okay.
punch.
And this is just wild.
Dude, I love it when they just squeeze the sponge on your head after you got hit. It's make it better, and they just like empty a
It's
sponge.
sick that like Tyson decided to like. I don't know. I never thought I'd see like a live fight with Mike Tyson in my lifetime. So that's pretty cool.
He's coming back to take down Mayweather. If he
He wants
fights,
to do it again. He said. He said
Yeah.
he was like, I want to do it again. He was trying to get Roy Jones to do it again too, and he was like, oh. He was like, maybe.
dude, he's
He was tired.
he's lining up a fight with George Foreman, and that's the guy whose ear he bit off, right? Or no, that's Evander
Yeah.
Holyfield. But still, he did a Rogan podcast with Holyfield. I think that's what I'm thinking of, and it seems like, dude, if you just bring people out of retirement, like the ones that are still in shape and fight,
And you pay them a lot of money.
dude, I bet you they want like.
They probably
'Cause
they made a lot of
if
money.
you think about Tyson, like Tyson's one of the people who's like, okay, he's had an acting career and a business after that, but all of them besides Mayweather usually just get washed up and are like fucking forgotten until they die. I mean, Muhammad Ali is like the exception of that, but like it's crazy. Well, yeah, I mean that was just like somebody was like, George, come put your name on this grill. You know what I mean? We're gonna sell it at Sears and Caldor, and he was like, "What?
How many kids does George Foreman have? Does anyone can we? And they're all named George or Georgette.
So Genghis Khan over here.
Rita Foreman, George Foreman, 3, Natalie Foreman, Georgetta Foreman, Isabel, Brenda." Okay.
Oh, so the girls
Courtney
have
Isaac
different
Foreman.
names.
Dude, there's a lot of kids. Leola Foreman, Mikai Foreman,
Damn, a lot
George-
of these George Foremans
Hey,
look
dude,
just
wait.
like George Foreman.
George Foreman Jr., George Foreman 3, George Foreman 4, George Foreman 5. Yeah, so he did get lazy with the kids. Dude, they're all the males are just named George Foreman,
Yeah.
which is kind of, I mean, it's kind of savage, but you're basically admitting that these kids don't have any identity but your own.
Do you think that they're gonna go on to name their kids George Foreman?
I imagine some of them will.
Yeah.
You can always change your name too.
Dude, okay, I thought about it since I myself am a junior. If I name my kid, provided I have a kid, which we don't know, but if I name him Edwin III, it's kind of pretentious, right?
It's up to you. I don't know.
Dude, that's
Yeah, I think it's cool.
no, because
No,
George
he'd be
V.
He'd be
because-
George Ford the Third.
No, he would actually be George Foreman the 6th because I think he went up to 5. So he's the original George Foreman, and George Foreman V, I assume they mean 5, is his son. And George Foreman. Actually, there's 6. Holy shit, he has 6. There's 6 George Foremans.
Is that one a mugshot?
That one looks like a mugshot, and it has the TMZ watermark on it, so probably. But still, that you gotta give him props. This is exactly what I was talking about. I believe it's episode 14, which is having as many kids, and then at some point they just start raising themselves, and you get to just step back and watch a legacy build.
That's what what people in ancient times did.
The Duggars did this shit,
One
but
of
they
you
did it
will bring me fame.
something
Had
like that.
1,000 kids, and they thought that they'd bring them fame and riches. And shit.
Yeah. Well, you had to have
Probably
a lot
way
of
to work
kids.
sometimes too.
If you think about it like
It's
this,
an odds game after a while.
It's
You
not
had
even
to
an
have a
odds
lot
game.
'cause they die.
you need to have a lot because they die. You need to have a lot because they work. Whatever you're doing, your kids are doing it 100%. It's free labor. You just have as many as you possibly can sustain with your business, and then you eventually have wealth and riches.
That's what those fake ass Amish people learned.
I mean, they're doing pretty good.
Dude, what if Amish people are just like
Mennonites?
government
Mennonite?
Mennonite?
No, sorry, go.
Kirby?
Yeah.
Fucking Smash Brothers character.
They also
Is that what you're talking about?
they also sell
They sell water cheaper than
and,
everybody else.
and there's crops too. But what were you saying, Ian? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
I don't know.
The
Something-
government.
Oh yeah, Amish people. You think they're just like government plants? Like they're not even.
No,
No.
no, I think they're anti-government plants.
Yeah, like they're really just spying on the
Dude,
communities.
There's really just giant satellite dishes and those big vats of butter.
I like to imagine that they have like a little bunker underneath their like plain like rustic house, and it's just like a pimped out like fucking bowling alleys, like speakeasy type shit. Like it is so futuristic. They just put on this front so they're like just dodging taxes, and they just like
They have their names aren't like Ezekiel. It'll be like Rob.
yeah. But for real, if you think about it, perfect tax dodge. You just make it seem like you make no money. You sell all this rustic ass furniture and crops for like 3 times what they're worth. And then you even sell your sawdust. You mix it with glue and it's Amish butter or something like that, and you like fix wood furniture with it, dude. Then they got hustles for days. You know what I mean?
Do you think like the restrictions are for them doesn't apply to
I don't know.
Amish people?
It depends. Depends what you believe. But speaking of almonds, DJ, I was
Comments.
I was driving DJ. I was driving past your church today, your former church. It was so funny. There's this 70-year-old woman out of shape looking 70-year-old woman taking a right into there with a fucking kayak on the roof of her car. Like it's not 40 degrees out, Sharon, and like come on, there is no way she's had that puppy in the water. She probably put it up there in the summer and just